round of Village 7-1, so we're going to see a battle for four boats for the reach. It's SAPJ Luca, it's Lucas Moore, it's Village 7-1, and Jim Cars can sneak in. It's also attacking her boat. See, it's all the swords are, and they're penalizing each other.
Hello and welcome to our Esailing World Championship Final highlight show.
And Steve, I promised to keep you up with you in many ways. There you go. You lose, and you snooze. There, and he's taking the win because he's cheating. So starting in first, Esailing TV doing a great start this time. Let's go this way, so we might get some. No, don't do that with the mark again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why doing a crazy format as we're doing today?
Well, I didn't cut the rod.
To the right hand side, see the blue starts up there. And then two penalties, no, only one penalty. See the two one for taking the bomb out. From Hello and welcome to all of you skippers and girls and boys around the world. Welcome to Esailing TV. I hope you all have some fun. I hope you all have a good day and a good night. We are tonight live on the Italian Community Cup. It is cup number 4 out of 5 they're going into. And tonight we have this fantastic regatta coming up here. It is SNPJ Luca, who is the race officer in the Italian community at the moment, a little bit helped by the others. But it's going to be quite interesting what's going to happen. I can see 17 persons are from the start today. And this cup has been running for months now. And if we go in and see the total ranking, and that's the most interesting part of it tonight, it is that 3 players are in the lead. Pepe D'Amato, he is currently in the first position with 8 points. SMPJ Luca in second place with 8 points. Filippo Lanfranci, the world champ, with 9 points. So 3 top players. Pepe D'Amato, he's the new talent coming in the Italian league. SNPJ Luca, bronze medal winner, World Championship 2019. Filippo Lanfranci, Village 7-1, the world champion 2019. Gin Tonic, the younger brother to Pepe D'Amato. And then we have Laganta Gnunda, Mario Podico, Tommy Tamble, Alfo Paolo, plus 39, Alexander Melino. He has a Spanish flag at the moment, but he is pure Italian. Bota Edita, Enjoy M24, the Party Sailors, Spee, Peditro 22, that's the Italian champion. The only reason why he's down there is because he has a DNS. He wasn't part of the first regatta. Fabio Cadeo in 15, Mangusta 16, Alberto Carrero last. There are 2 regattas left. Today is the 14th of April, and then we have the next one in May. And it has been a long regatta with a lot of good races, fine races, top races in this level. Should there be any questions or anything to today's regatta, or do you cheer on somebody who's winning, then we have to chat with us up there. That's why I'm watching up here. I can see a lot of you are online on the chat on all our shows. We are getting ready for the next regatta. We're getting ready for race number 1. It will start. It should actually start right now. So right now we're just waiting for the servers to come up, and then we are game on. The Italian community is a hardcore community. That's the community with some of the best players in the world, and it's not for fun. I'm saying that they are really doing a hardcore league, and this hardcore league we're seeing here is the top players, and I think we minimum will see 1 or 2 of them to the World Championship 2020. Right now we are waiting for the race officers to give us a go when we are ready to join in this race today. I'm just going in and watch the private chat now. Also, great news coming up this Sunday. The Danish Championship is going to be played. The Danish Championship is played Sunday, and they start their campaign Saturday. And we are quite interested here in Esailing TV if we're going to follow the whole thing, but at least we're going to show the final. Furthermore, the Spanish Federation today has pronounced their Spanish championship, Copa Espan, and it's going to be huge. Around 900 players are ready to sign up. So let's see if it's going to be 900 or it's going to be around 450. But that's still fantastic what's happening there. And of course, we also in a good dialogue with them that it will be shown on the channel of Esailing TV. Or else we don't have much to say here in today's stream. We are just waiting for the Italians to give us a go signal. So there we go. I'm just writing them straight on so we can get ready for it. While we're waiting for them, one of the tools they're using for this is Discord. So here's a small video how to use Discord for all of you. And we'll come back in studio. We had our first question in the chat today. Who are the best players in the world, do you think? Yeah, we have a lot of candidates for that at the moment. Actually, 3 of them are here in this race today. Villas the 7-1, Pepe de Marto, Luka Koslovic. Then if we go to some of the other countries, then we have in Denmark, we have 3 players that is really doing a great job at the moment. Lucas Moore, Felix Superman, and Clark 123. If we go to Germany, we have Johannes Barnsen, we have Roxy Joni, and then we have I actually can't remember the last one. I actually think they are not top performing that well at the moment. In France, there are a few. I actually have 6 players there in France, and some of them are really doing a great job. One of them is L1, the world champ. We're not seeing him very active at the moment, but he's still top performing. The race is starting. It looks like 12 skippers is from the start. According to the private race, it's sad they are participating in another regatta, and they forgot they had their own championship today. So that means the first race they will not get any points. This is Luka Koslovic, this is Iceman, Never Stop, HBTS, Andrea Mark, Villas the 7-1, Filippo Lanfranci, Alberto Carrero, Gin Tonic, then we have Pibinist, Italy 5-8, Espresso Sailing, and Stefano Bacardin, and he is Enjoy in 24. Interesting that Pepe de Marto is not here, but his brother is here. That will cost point in the final score for him winning this community regatta. 10 seconds to start. The J17 is coming up here. Penalty to Andrea Mark, Mick, and then we have Italy 5-8. One boat going to the pin end. It's Gin Tonic. He's coming in here. Great job by him, the younger brother to De Marto, David De Marto. Andrea Mark with a penalty here and a slow start. And this splitting the fleet a little bit up. We have the most of the fleet in the middle. We have Gin Tonic going all by himself. Opposite side, we have Andrea Mick, and let's see if he can come back in the race. It's not a secret that after leg number 2, there's a small speed boost in this game. So when they're going upwind second time, we will see the boats from behind come up to the middle fleet. So it's all about showing your great race in the first 2 legs. Villas the 7-1, the world champ in the lead at the moment. Gin Tonic 4th, Italy 5-8. Escopasso Sailing team coming in second. Opposite side, we still have Andrea Mick, but it's in the middle. It's actually here in the left-hand side. We are seeing all the battles. Still, Villas the 7-1 in the lead. Can he keep this one? I'm pretty sure he can. Penalty to Gin Tonic. Good pressure by Stefano. He really moved up level after been playing a lot in these lockdown period times, and he's really using the rules to his advantage. In the middle, Italy 5-8, Escopasso Sailing team, Filippo Lanfranci, Luka Koslovic, and Iceman. An interesting position Iceman in when he cross in towards the top mark. Then he is in a starboard, and he will have some advantages where he can penalize the others. But let's see how that will go when he's coming in. They are getting ready to check in. Iceman coming in here. He's pressing Luka Koslovic. See, Lucas, he needs to tag straight away. Italy 5-8 also under pressure. This is starting a chain reaction. Oh, Luka with a penalty. Turn tacking too slow. This means Villas the 7-1 sneaks through. Iceman will follow. Luka slowing down. And that's very costly, dropping to 8. And let's see if he can come back in this race in the J boat. It's a slow boat, so you really need to be very cool in it. Escopasso Sailing in second, nice tack in front of Iceman, but it's the world champ, Villas the 7-1 in the lead. Italy 5-8 coming in. Stefano coming up. He's the inside of the mark rounding. There are 2 rules we need to take care of. Never stop with a penalty. Penalty also to Pippi and Gin Tonic. When we're coming into a mark rounding zone, if the boat in the first rounding come from a starboard tack before entering in the mark rounding zone, that's the rule stands. But if they're both in the mark rounding zone at the same time and none of them came from a starboard, then it's the rule of the inside turn coming in. Going downwind, it looks like there's a good wind in the course today. 12.2, 13.1, 12.2 is Stefano really capturing that wind speed here. Alberto 13.8. Let's see the angles here. 142, 142. It looks like they're getting a little bit extra speed behind. Maybe there's no wind there, but let's see how it goes when they're entering the mark here. Villas the 7-1, the world champ, coming first. Iceman, he is coming closer and closer to Escopasso sailing team. Iceman coming in, pressuring, almost penalizing Escopasso team, but it's the world champ, sneaks away here, going up towards the middle. There we go. Second place and third place coming in, penalty to Pippi's there. Then we have Luca on the inside, and here we saw the rule of the inside turn, but somehow he got a penalty by Stefano. Fleets coming together, they're getting ready to race upwind. It's still the leader, Villas the 7-1, Filippo Lanfranci in the lead. The world champ showing his strength. Iceman, he is in third. Right now, Escopasso sailing also coming in. And let's get ready to it. There we go. It is the battle for coming up. It looks like Italy 5-8 came in with a good mark rounding. Gin Tonic with a little bit speed over here. 5.6. Villas the 7-1, 5.8. He is in a little bit lighter wind. Then we have Alberto Carrero caught in the middle here. Gin Tonic tacking in, but it looks like we have a gap in between the leader and rest of the fleet. Let's see if it stays like that rest of the race. Italy 5-8, Alberto Carrero, Gin Tonic, Never Stop. They are battling, and see Italy 5-8 under pressure by Gin Tonic. Great race by him. Escopasso sailing with a penalty below. We saw it here on the opposite side where Iceman, Stefano, Luka Koslovic, all of them were battling out for positions. But it's still the world champ, Villas the 7-1 in the lead, and he's doing a fine job. Alberto Carrero in second, Gin Tonic third, Never Stop, Italy 5-8, and Villas the 7-1. And the world champ, he will sneak away here in the second mark rounding, getting ready to race downwind. But one thing we need to be sure, there is a 30 meters wind shadow of the J boat, so if he doesn't get distant enough to the others, he might be caught up. But let's see, the fleet coming in, it looks like it's coming in at the same time. Penalty to Andrea Mick. Alberto, he keeps himself. Stefano needs to do two other attacks. Penalty to Iceman. Stefano hitting the mark. Penalty there, Alberto Carrero, and Luka Koslovic sneaks in the lead, followed by Gin Tonic and Andrea Mick. But it's Villas the 7-1, sneaks away, 12.5. Alberto Carrero in second. Iceman coming in. Luca, he was almost caught in a penalty by Iceman. Interesting choice. Iceman going to the left-hand side. He's going into much lighter wind, 11.4, 13.3 here. We can see the fleets in the right-hand side are where the wind is. Iceman in the middle, 12.6, Never Stop, finding some wind over here, 13.2, tacks jibes downwind, together with HBTS Stefano. Small battle in the middle, it's Alberto Carrero crossing in front of Iceman, needs to control him. But see here, Luka Koslovic coming in, also a battle with Andrea Mick, and it's a close battle. Let's see how they're coming in here. Alberto Carrero, Iceman coming in. It's Escopasso sailing, Andrea Mick, Alberto Carrero pushed down without getting a penalty, drops down, but it's Villas the 7-1 going to win it. penalty to Escopasso Sailing. This is good news for Luka Koslovic. He needs control, Iceman. He needs to control the others that's coming with speed from behind. He's caught in wind shadow. It's going to be a close battle. Luka with a penalty made by Alberto Carrero, but see the other boats coming with speed. Alberto penalizing massive here. He just piracy. Alberto coming in, takes second. Iceman 5th, Gin Tonic 3rd. Luka Koslovic 8th, Never Stop, Escopasso Sailing. So, Villas the 7-1, Filippo Lanfranci with a first victory of today's race. Alberto Carrero in 2nd, Gin Tonic 3rd, Italy 5-8 4th, Iceman 5th, HBTS 6th, Luka Koslovic 7, Never Stop 8, Stefano, he's 9. And then we have Escopasso Sailing 10th, Andrea Mick 11, and Pippi, he lost his connection. Looking at the stats, we can see here Villas the 7-1 with the best start, sailed the shortest distance, no doubt that he's winning. Stefano with 5 penalties in total. Italy 5-8, sailing the best maximum speed. And when we're seeing the switch of position, see here in the last downwind race, a huge switch. Luka Koslovic with that penalty. He looks like he got second. Then he got a penalty, dropped to 7. So what are coming in? So that's how it's going in. And yes, TP, whatever. I can't say anything for your remark. I only say contact the game. So there we go. What a finish! But this is the new world at the moment in the game. They are building up a small speed boost in the last part of it. And let's go in and see the total score of it. We are going to follow the regatta today. It's called the Bella Ciao Cup, and so many cups coming in here. So we're just going to find it. I forgot, there we have it with the Italian flag on. So race number 1 in this regatta was the J17. Then we're going into the 49er. We're going to have a NACRA 17. We're going to have a star boat. And interesting to see the star boat today because a lot of things can happen in that boat, especially with the new conditions. Then we're going to have a NACRA 17, a 49er, and a J17. So we're getting ready for race number 2 coming up in a few seconds. The server has been created, so we are joining in straight away. That was not those Italian we want to see, either those. A lot of Italians are online at the moment. So we are just keeping an eye on our favorite Italians. They are battling at the moment. There we go. Luka Koslovic found in the server. And yes, TP whatever, the only thing you guys can do in the community is to write the game and say this speed boost is a little bit too much maybe. So that's how it is. But let's go get ready for race number 2. Race number 2 is in a 49er. And interesting to see who sneaks away from the start and how it's going to be in the ending. It's going to be a close ending anyhow. We know that already. But who will sneak away and take a victory today? When we are watching in, we had a question earlier, who is the best players in the world for us? We stopped in France. In France, we have L1, we have Christina O. Yeah, I have to say there's a lot of good French skippers, but some of them are really putting in some great memories in our mind for the championship. And then let's try to jump a little bit to Turkey. To Turkey, we have 3 players at the moment: Havuk, Dogbars, and then we also have Tour 82. They are really high-class players. If we jump a little bit to the Netherlands, then we have 2 players we are focused on at the moment: Bartlam Briggs, the 49er world Cup sailor, and then Duval Bosma. and he always says I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but that's how it is. He hasn't learned me to say it right at the moment. So a lot of cool things are coming up, but I have to say this game has grown so much in strength, so much in class and level that that last year I could pronounce 20 skippers that we might see in the final. This year I think I can pinpoint around 100 of them, and it's going to be very close, special when we're seeing these small changes in the game. But the winner of the first race, the world champ himself, he's here, won the first race and getting 1 point in the scoreboard, and he's battling Luka Koslovic, who got 7 in the first race, and they are really battling it out to get the best score in the final regatta ranking, and this is the second last out of 5 coming in. Regatta 4 out of 5. But let's get ready to rumble. This is the 49er. It is it's a fast keel boat, and normally there are 2 persons on it, really speeding up. When we see the stats, best VMG, upwind will be 11.7. Sometimes we see 10.7. It's all about how much wind pressure there is, but 11.7 is standard for this. Then we have wind shadow 22 meters. So this boat cannot be used that much for doing wind shadow attack. Let's get ready. 5 seconds to start. They are speeding up. 1 boat going to the pin end. It's Pipinist going that way. Alberto Carrera in middle, split up. Iceman never stops. Stefano going to the right hand side. Andrea Mick, HBTS coming in. But it's Villas the 7-1 and Luka Koslovic side by side, taking the lead of this race number 2 in the 49er. And it's a long upwind race, and see Luka going behind Villas the 7-1, and Villas the 7-1 wants to control him. Let's see that battle. That's very interesting. These are the Grandmaster and the young apprentice, the young magician and the Grandmaster battling it out. The world champ and the bronze medal winner at the World Championship. There's a huge age difference, 48 years old and 16 years old. So routine against the newcomers. And good evening to you, Alan. Welcome on Facebook. Luka and Villas the 7-1 is going to battling a little bit there. They tack to cross in. And this battle they have made the Gin Tonic, Italy 5-8, Escopasso Sailing, and Alberto Carrero take over the lead and take over the battle for them. So they are coming behind. But I'm pretty sure they will be back in the race when we're coming to the finish line. Gin Tonic is Escopasso Sailing currently in front of us. He is crossing in. He is in starport, and we can see board, and we can see he's coming in here. Gin Tonic Pepinist is having a little battle. Alberto Carrero opposite side. The other boat's coming in. Can he be penalized? Oh, so close. Italy 5-8 polite to him. Escopasso Sailing also polite. Going in front of Italy 5-8. I might have been attacked Alberto a little bit, because now the rules of the inside rounding to stands, and Alberto coming first. Alberto Carrero first, Escopasso Sailing second, Gin Tonic third, penalty to Pepinist, Italy 5-8, Andrea Mick, Villas the 7-1, Luka Koslovic, they're battling it out in the upwind, are in 7 and 8. Some of them are taking the spinnaker up at the moment. It's because the wind angle is very good for that. So they're getting a lot of speed into the boat. Not maximum speed, but more speed than if they didn't have taken it up. Downwind, huge wind pressure. Gin Tonic, 20 knots. Alberto Carrero, Escopasso Sailing, Italy 5-8 coming in. Then we have Andrea Pepinist, Filippo Lanfranci, Iceman, Luka Koslovic in 9. And you can't use the wind shadow for anything. A little bit you can. You can see 3 boats here trying to use the Alberto, Escopasso Sailing, Gin Tonic. It's only 22 meters big, so you really need to be very close to you. Oh, Gin Tonic If he has kept his sailing direction, then he has penalized Alberto Carrero. Alberto first, Escapazzo sailing gin tonic going opposite Pepinist with a penalty. Villis the 7-1 coming in. And where do we have Luka Koslovic? He is currently in 7. 1-2 penalties in the marked roundings. That was not much. Now it's all about going upwind. Right now, Alberto Carrero, Escapazzo sailing, Italy 5-8, gin tonic. Looks like they're sneaking away. But we know that some of the other boats are getting a small speed boost in a few seconds. And we're getting around for it. So let's see. There we have Alberto Carrero coming in, gin tonic coming in, opposite side, penalty to Italy 5-8 by Villis 7-1, Escapazzo sailing in the lead. It's switching positions all the time. It's the boats coming closer and closer to each other. There's only 5 boats way behind at the moment. Rest of them are within 20 meters. Pepinist, gin tonic, Luka Koslovic, Alberto Carrero. They are getting closer and closer to each other. Alberto is under pressure. Luka Koslovic in second. Gin tonic in third. It's all about placing yourself in a good position and take care of not getting that penalty, especially when we're going to the downwind race. Inside, Escapazzo sailing, coming up, taking over the lead. It's going to be clustering up. Italy 5-8 with a loose. Luka on the inside. Oh, he got that penalty because the others came in from a starboard tack. Massive penalties here at the gate mark. Escapazzo sailing in the lead. Alberto Carrero in second. Never Stop in third. Then we have Filippo Lanfranci fourth. Andrea Mick in fifth. Pepinist in sixth. Then we have Stefano coming in. Downwind. This is more interesting. The downwind attack here. It's going to be a close battle, but some of the boats are coming with a little bit more speed than the others. We can see it. So it's all about defending your position in this downwind action. Right now, Escapazzo sailing, battling Alberto Carrero, Filippo Lanfranci, Luka Koslovic. It's all about keeping that positions. A lot of boats coming in throwing dirty air, but they also come with speed. So there's only 2 meters in between the 2 leading boats. Andrea Mick comes in third at the moment. Luka Koslovic pressuring him. Oh, almost a penalty handled out there. Villas the 7-1, Luka Koslovic. Iceman coming in. But who will win it? Will it be Escapazzo sailing or Alberto Carrero? And there we have opposite side, Pepinists coming in. We have Never Stop. We have Filippo Lanfranci. They're all coming in here for the finish line. It is Escapazzo, Alberto second, Iceman third. And it looks like Pepinist is the loser here, and gin tonic coming in 12th. Interesting sailing, a little bit speed boost on it, but that's how it is. Escapazzo sailing with a victory, Alberto Carrero in second, Iceman third, Andrea Mick fourth, Italy 5-8 fifth, HBTS 6, Never Stop 7, Stefano 8, Luka 9, gin tonic 10, Pepinist 11, and Villas 7-1, the world champ, losing it, coming from the lead and ending up losing it in the end. He had the best start, the world champ, but still the shortest distance was the winner. And we can see Villas the 7-1. He had a hard penalty where he dropped from 4th all the way to the last position. That was race number 2 coming in there. And let's get ready for race number 3. It's going fast in Italy. Luka Koslovic is a hardcore race officer. And when we go in, we can see he already getting ready to upgrade the sail ranks. Sail ranks is a system made by the community for the community. But one thing you can always do is it's always about supporting your tools. So you can always go in and support sail ranks so they can keep upgrading it. Right now, we know 1,200 Italians are using sail ranks for the Italian Championship. Maybe the Federation should throw some support that way. We can see here we are getting ready. Peditro 22. Oh, Peditro 22. He was the winner of the first race. Oh, Pepe is also in there. They are just calling themselves other names today. So we need to We need to find out who is who in each race. And we can see in a few seconds when the scoreboard is upgraded. If you have any questions or any comments, please write in the chat. All comments about the speed boost, I will not commentate on it. That is on the game, not on Esailing TV. But there's only one way to show it. It is to tell it. We are getting ready for race number 3. I'm just watching who's coming in a few sec here. And we're going to the private chat here of the race. And server number 3 is up. Race number 3 is up, so we are getting ready to find it. It's interesting who's going to win today. It's a little bit lottery, a little bit. I have my favorite from the start, but I can see today it's going to be pretty hard for them to race it. And there we go. It's all about who's winning and who's not winning. It's the NACRA 17, so interesting to see this boat hit around 28 knots going downwind, a little bit more speed than we normally see. But let's see how it goes in race number 3 in the Bella Ciao Cup. It's the Italian Community Cup. They are battling it out for getting a victory, and this victory is very important, special for Pepe. There he is, Pepe D'Amato. He is battling it out with the Villas 7-1, but this is not the. This is the race. Let's see. I am not sure we are in the right race. This looks like a whole other race coming up. So we will just jump out of this one. It looks like there are more races in the go right now. It looks like that was some of the Italian races they are doing tonight. So let's just jump in to the right server. Right now, they are calling for the world champ to join in, so they're almost ready to start. The Irish are here, the Spanish are here, the French are here, a lot of players are here. And it's fantastic how the game has developed with the numbers of players, but let's see how that will develop in the future. There are so much activities on the server that we are having a little bit hard time of joining it at the moment. So we're just waiting to see it start in a few sec. It is the Italian Community Cup. They have been played this for 5 weeks at the now. They are doing 5 races in total, and then in the end we will call one winner, and the winner of the Italian Community Cup is going to have the honor of calling him one of Italian's best players. It's not an official cup, it's a community cup, so they cannot call them Italian champions, but I'm pretty sure these sailors we have here are top of the top in Italy. And I know their server is starting, so we're just going to find it here. Right now it looks like it's jumping a little bit. We're having some small issues joining a server, so please wait. We are in Marseille. We are at the SailGP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of SailGP will receive their trophies.
Listen, guys, let's stop messing around. Look. World champion, Velista 71 from Italy. And what a tremendous...
And we found race number 3 and got confirmed that they just changed names some of the boats so they can keep on their playing. So sorry we didn't see the start, but we're going to see the first downwind race for the gate mark. Tommy Temple in lead, Alfa Paolo, Pepe in third. We have Valio in fourth, Peditro 22, Coach Pulio is joining in. But one guy we are missing at the moment is Luka Koslovic, and Willis is 7-1. We can't see the world champion and Luka Koslovic in this NACRA race. So let's see how that's going. The same thing with Alberto Carrero. So 3 of the top players that are in the lead in this regatta is not in it. That's why we got a little bit confused. Tommy Temple is here. Peditro 22, the Italian champion, is included in third. Alfa Paolo. Then we have Pepe D'Amato. He is in 10th. We have Northern Light. That's Fabio. He's in 4th. And they're getting ready for racing up to the top mark for the second time. The NACRA is a fast boat. Normally we see it speed up when with best VMG hitting 14.5 knots. Here we have Coach Pulio hitting 14.7, 14.1, 14.8, 14.9, 15.1. So a lot of different speed coming into them, different wind angles. Rocco with a penalty. He will drop down fast. It is a fast boat, so it's now or never. It's all about not getting a penalty in this mark rounding. It is the second top mark rounding they're coming into. Tommy Temple in the lead, and let's see this mark rounding. Tommy Temple coming first, Coach Pulio third, Speed coming in the middle, Peditro 22, Siberium, Bottadita, Northern Light, Valio, Mia, Alfa Paolo, Pepe dropping down, Rocco dropping down. So it doesn't look like Pepe D'Amato is winning so many points against the 3 players that wasn't part of this race. There we have Tommy Temple, Coach Pulio. We have I think I know why. This is maybe because they're racing in 2 groups today. So that's why they just forgot to inform us. Antonio in second, Tommy Temple in the lead, Siberian in third, Northern Light, Peditro 22 coming with much speed, 26.5. That's some of the top speeds we have seen in the NACRA. And it's going to be a close on the finish. Who took that second place? We couldn't see it. Tommy Temple in the lead, Peditro 22 in second, Northern Light in third, Coach Pulio in fourth, Siberian in fifth, Speed in sixth, Antonio in 7, Pepe in 8, Mia 9, Alfa Paolo 10, Bottadita in 11, Rocco in 12, and Valio in 13. Pepe with the best start. Northern Light was still the shortest distance, but it was Peditro 22 and Northern Light that was the great winner of this race number 3. Interesting regatta. It's interesting to see how all the fleets are coming up with the new upgrade. Let's hope that's not going to be like that all year, because then it will be hard to call the World Championship in a commentary point of view. We are going into let's go in and see the scoreboard upgrade here. Yes, this was the race we just saw. Interesting that SMPJ Luca has not been part of the race today. Maybe he has been a little bit unlucky on it. We are getting ready for race number 4 in a few sec. Please stay tuned. If you're out there and you want to see something new and great coming up, then Lucas Moore from Denmark and Esailing.org has introduced this league. And a new team racing league is coming up. And go into esailing.org. I'll just write in the chat, esailing.org/TRL. Then you will come in and see how you can join this fantastic new league and new initiative made by Lucas Moore and some of his companions. They are always trying to upgrade the game, find new ways to have fun with it, and I think it's going to be one of the most fantastic parts because it's working like a ranking list where they are where it's automated upgrading on the Discord. And now I find out why I'm a little bit confused. They forgot to inform me that so many players come back in the race after joining in that they now made 2 groups. So this is race number 4, and it is in the other group where we see Luka Koslovic, Alberto Carrero, Gin Tonic, Villas the 7-1 coming in. So interesting what's going to happen there. They have a blue group and they have a Galliero group now. And they just made the change without I saw it. So that's why. So race number 4, it's the star boat, and this is going to be interesting. A lot of you players out there hate the star boat. It's a very slow boat. It's normally the boat we're using for match race, especially in mano mano. If you go on the friends and invite your friend into the star boat, but I have to say, there might come up an interesting regatta or competition in the starboat soon. We don't hope COVID-19 is killing it. So please practice the starboat. The starboat is a little bit hard boat to race when it's a fleet race because it has a wind shadow of 33 meters. It's a slow boat. It doesn't have a spinnaker, and when you're going downwind because of the way the sail is constructed and how it's programmed in here, then it's going straight downwind. So it's all about making sure you're not caught in wind shadow when you're doing this regatta. So let's see how they're coming in here. It's going to be a fantastic battle here. Luka Koslovic, Filippo Lanfranci, all of them are battling it out. And when they're divided into 2 groups, let's just see the result here. Yeah, now all results coming up. That's interesting because that's changing the whole picture. The NACRA results will come in a few sec, but position 1 right now, Alberto Carrero. See, they're coming in here. Second place, Alfa Paolo Peditro 22. Third, Iceman Pepe Amato, Italy 5-8. And we can see Filippo Lanfranci and Luka Koslovic are very long down this list at the moment. And right now they are refreshing it. They are making sure it's up to date all the time, putting in the results nice and slow. But we are here to see some race. We are in this regatta, and we are in the starboat, and it's race number 4. And just so you can be sure, it's race number 4 out of 6 races and a middle race. And if you have any questions of some of the players here, please write us in the chat. We know a lot about them. We know how they react. We know how aggressive they can be. Luka Koslovic, the young magician, he is really battling it up. So he really can do it. Alberto Carrero, he's sitting in London and playing a lot of it. Maybe he's commentating his race while he's sailing. Gin Tonic, the younger brother to Pepe Amato. I have to say, the Mato brothers, there are 3 brothers. 2 of them are very high level in e-sailing. And that's how it's going to be. The starboat coming up. Let's hope the peace sign is up. It's going to be a bloody battle because this is all about penalties, all about positioning yourself, all about using the rules. It's a slow boat. And let's see, 30 seconds to start. They're placing themselves. It looks like a small start. No, it's a good starting line. Some of the boat going to the pin end. Let's see how this will happen. It's one of those close battles we are going to see here. It is the battle also in this group. We have a mano-mano battle against Luka Koslovic and Filippo Lanfranci. In the other group, we have Pepe Di Marzo. That's the 3 leading boats in the final result, and that's the 3 boats that can go in and win a lot. Alberto Carrero with the best start. We had 1 boat losing connection. We have Filippo Lanfranci. He's here. No, it was not losing connection. It was a penalty to Escopasso Sailing. And this is interesting in this slow boat. What will happen when they're going upwind? When we're watching it, we see how they are coming in side by side. And we can see Iceman, Alberto Carrero, Italy 5-8 in the middle, Gin Tonic, Never Stop opposite side. We have the world champ, Stefano, and Luka Koslovic, the 3 white boats with the Italian flags. They're going to battling it out. It's going to be okay close when they're coming up to the top mark. See how close this upwind race are. All of the sailors are doing a good positioning. They're trying to keep themselves outside of the wind shadow. This is also why we're seeing them on one line doing the starboat, but they can't do that when they're coming to the top mark. They will clustering up, and I have to say, from position 7 to the leading boat with Alberto Carrero, we will see them coming very close to each other in the mark rounding. First mark rounding coming up in race number 4 out of 6, and a middle race. Who is going to take the points? Who is going to take the lead? And who is best to race downwind, because the wind shadow is 33 meters big. Stefano crossing in, starting a chain reaction. Villas the 7-1 joins him. Luka Koslovic also need to join him. And they are coming in as a small armada, coming in front of the others. See Gin and Tonic, he needs to go behind or tag along. The same thing Alberto Carrero and Never Stop needs to do. We can just see that with our bare eyes. This means Stefano, he's in the best position at the moment, can pressure the whole fleet when he's coming in there. Alberto Carrero under pressure. Let's see here. There we go. Penalty to Alberto Carrero, made by Gin Tonic. He didn't even make a try to avoid it. Maybe he just calculated that penalty and hope he's not slowing too much down. It is a starboat and upwind. It will give you a slowdown that will cost you around 8 meters. The same thing we saw with Alberto Carrero in this case. Villas the 7-1, the world champ in the lead, coming in front of most of the others. Stefano, Luka needs to do double tag. Stefano tags up Luka on the inside. They are entering the zone. From the same side, this means Luka has the right away. There, Stefano getting a penalty. Gin Tonic with a penalty. Iceman slowing down. Andrea slowing down. A lot of boats slowing down in this case. This means that a small gap might be created for Villas the 7, Luka Koslovic, and Never Stop. But let's see. Now the downwind action comes. It's all about going away from that wind shadow. All about finding your own place in a starboat downwind race. And see here, huge wind shadows coming in. 2 penalties in the mark rounding. Alberto Carrero handling them out, sneaking up in 5th. Villas the 7-1 just outside of wind shadow. No, he's caught by Luka Koslovic. See 0.3 difference in speed. Stefano 7.6 is the maximum speed. 8.2. We have speed boots from behind. So I think the starboat is going to be one hill of a battle in the mark roundings, last of the race. But let's see how it goes. Penalty Escopasso Sailing what's called. And now we can see the leading boats. It's like sharks coming from behind, getting ready to eat them up, or orcas eating penguins. It might seem like that. If we see the picture here, we can see a whole armada of orcas coming from behind. And see now they're getting in. Never Stop is going to be eaten. There we go. Luka Koslovic also going to be eaten. Villas the 7-1 under pressure. Luka Koslovic defending himself. going in front of Stefano. It's all about not getting a penalty here. Will they soon throw missiles after each other, shoot each other with a Filippo Lanfranci coming in that mark rounding here. He's still in the lead, but he's under pressure. The other boats coming in at the same time. There will be a massive penalty. Escopasso sailing with one, Andrea Mick with one, and there they round. Penalty, 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 and penalty. Stefano and Luka Koslovic penalizing each other in the opposite side. This just means that Filippo Lanfranci is still in the lead, but is only in the lead with 12 meters. And let's see what's going on here. Luka Koslovic, Filippo Lanfranci, Andrea Mick, Iceman coming in, Alberto Carrero, HBTS, Italy 5-8, Gin Tonic. They are all coming in for the battle here. It's Filippo in the lead. It's Andrea Mick in third, Alberto Carrero in second. Never Stop is in fourth position at the moment, coming back after a penalty from the top mark. And it's going to shift a whole lot again. It's all about who's surviving that mark rounding up there right now. But right now it looks like the world champ is still in the lead, and if he's lucky he can have a big enough gap not to be eaten by the orcas coming from behind. This is Gin Tonic, Italy 5-8, Luka Koslovic, Iceman, Stefano, Never Stop, and then opposite side, Andrea Mick. Coming up to the top mark, it looks like Villas the 7-1 is being eaten by all of them, and that's how it is. Penalty to Gin Tonic, the new leader. Penalized straight away by Luka Koslovic. He's trying to sneak away the young magician. Is this his chance? And now he tacks in. He is in the best position. He's coming from a starport tack. He's coming with speed from behind. 5.9, 5.9, and he has the right away. He can throw out some penalties to the other boats. Let's see how they will round. Alberto Carrero on the inside, penalizing world champ Villas the 7-1. Coming in here, penalty to Alberto Carrero made by Italy 5-8, who came from a starboard tack. Luka Koslovic with a penalty, 6 penalties in total. So a new leader, Italy 5-8, getting ready to race downwind. There we go. They're going downwind. Rest of the fleet clustering up. That might be the chance for Gin Tonic and 5-8 to sneak away. Alberto Carrero survived this one. Luka Koslovic, Stefano dropping to the last. Alberto Carrero also. Alberto Carrero just went around to penalize people. That could also be a tactic in this race. But Italy 5-8 outside of wind shadow. Let's see if he keeps that. 9.25, 8.2. It looks like Gin Tonic is capturing more wind than Italy 5-8. Opposite side, we can see Stefano going outside of that wind shadow. 9.0. They are all on one line. 11.0 opposite side for Iceman. Gin Tonic same place. 9.0. So interesting to see that speed. HPTC coming. World champ going behind, getting ready to attack. Let's see the speed up coming here. 9.9, 9.7. He is capturing almost 2 knots more than the others. Speeding in, but it's going to be a win for Italy 5-8. Iceman is going to battle for second against Stefano. But it looks like Stefano is caught in wind shadow, so Iceman will keep that second position. But who will get third? That could be almost everybody in this race. Gin Tonic, Never Stop, Stefano, Alberto Carrero, HBTS, Andrea Mick. It looks like Alberto Carrero sneaks in and takes that third. So luckily for him to sneak in. Villas the 7-1 drops to 10. And Gin Tonic, They're all coming in at the same time. So interesting which position they got. Race number 4, Italy 5-8 with a victory. Iceman 2nd, Alberto Carrero 3rd, Gin Tonic 4th, Stefano 5th, Never Stop 6th, Luka Koslovic 7th, Andrea Mick 8th, HBTS 9th, Villas 7 110, Escopasso Sailing 11, and then when we see the stats, maximum speed 11.3 downwind. That's a good speed in a starboat, a very fast speed there. And here we see all the switches in the downwind race. That was race number 4, and let's go in and see the stats here. We can see the other group has already done race number 4. It looks like Peditro 22 is getting a 4th. Valio was winning that. Pepe in 2nd. So right now Pepe and Peditro 22 are in a good position, and the discard just came in and 2 races back before they are going into a medal race. The medal race will be in between top 10 in this fleet. Fabio Biganoli also sneaks in the top. Interesting when we're seeing the next stats coming up in a few seconds. And we are getting ready for the next race in a few seconds. Should you guys and girls and skippers around to have some questions or just smile and laugh a little bit at the moment, it is okay. COVID-19 hits a lot of things, maybe also here at the moment. So it's all about smiling, have fun, and let's see how this will go at the moment. We are getting ready for the next server. It's almost set up. We're just waiting for the go signal in the server. Let's make a little thing. I have to say the next race is going to be quite fun. It's going to be NACRA again. So the interesting part here in the NACRA race we're going to see in the next year is, can the leader go away from the rest of the fleet? Is it possible to make a gap and not be taken over? And what will the maximum speed of a NACRA be when they're going downwind? Will we hit the magical 26.2 or will we be higher up in speed? Let's see how that will go when the server is up. And it looks like they're splitting them up. So top 20 is going into gold fleet now. I'm just watching that in the communication. So we're going to have 20 skippers in the gold fleet, and let's see who that will be. Top 20, let's see who sneaks in the last positions. They are divided into 2 pace. So the last coming in top 20, Stefano just managed not to qualify. Coach Pulio coming in front of him because of a 4th position. Speesby and Siberian coming in. Then we have Andrea Mick, Never Stop, Escopasso sailing HPT, Antonio, SNP Luca Koslovic, Fabio Biganoli, Alfo, Villas 71, Tommy Tamble, Valio, Pepe D'Amato, Iceman, Italy 5-8, Gin Tonic, Alberto Carrero, and Peditro 22. And it's right now it looks like Pepe D'Amato is going to be the great winner in today's race. He's going to win points on Villas the 7-1 and SMPJ Luga in the final stats. The gold fleet should be set up, so we are just waiting for coming into it here. Just going to find it and get ready for it. And who guys do you think in the chat is going to win today? Is it going to be Pepe D'Amato or is it going to be Peditro 22, the Italian champion? We will see how that will unfold. It's going to be a very close one. And right now, the server has not been created yet, so we'll take a small break. Please stay tuned. If you like what we're doing, please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all of you e-sailing fans around the world. Welcome to e-sailing TV. We are in Marseille. We are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophy. sailing into each other. Massive penalties in this start.
Good start. This is superb. And look at the speed of the Spanish. From the start, and remember they're trying to hit that zero. That.
And welcome back in studio. For new viewers, welcome to the Italian Community Cup. We are getting ready for the next race, and it's going to be one of those close races again, and it's the Gold Fleet we're going into. And right now I'm looking for the right race at the moment. A lot of servers online, and we also experience at the moment that it's hard to join in the servers in spectator view. But that's how it is. It's fantastic. There's 3,700 players online at the same time. So in a few seconds we are ready with the Italian Community Cup that's coming up. And there it goes. The server's up, so we are ready to join in. If there's a little bit quiet, it's because I never say bad words when I'm online. It's pretty hard to come in at the moment. So, so we're just waiting for it to come in. The Italians are doing a great regatta here. It's organized in the community by the young Luka Koslovic, and he's really doing a great organizing. Keep an eye on all these Italians, because one thing we know about Italians, and guys, I know all of you Italians out there get a little bit mad on me. You love to change rules, you love to discuss, and and Luca, he is a cool young 16-year-old organizer saying, that's how it is, guys, that's how the rules are. So keep on doing a great job. 20 players coming in the Gold Fleet. It's the NACRA 17, a Gold Fleet coming up, and they're going to race for points, and there's also a Silver Fleet where they also will get points. But in this Gold Fleet, it's all about being in top 10 when we are finished in this race. And just while we're waiting, let's go in and see the scoreboard. Peditro 22, 7 points. Alberto Carrero 7 points. Gin Tonic 8. Italy 5-8, 10. Iceman 10. Pepe de Mato 10. Valio 12. Tommy Temple 12. Villas 7-1 14. Alfa Paolo 14. Fabio Biganoli 14. Luka Koslovic 16. Antonio 16 and 16 to HBTS. If we just watch stat points until position 14, all of them in the next two races can join in top 10. I actually have to say all the way to never stop, because the discard has been here, and when we watch the points, some of the players like Fabio Biganoli has a high discard gone. Villas the 7-1, also Alfa Paolo, Tommy Temple, Valio, Iceman. So good news for Pepe, good news for Alberto Carrero and Peditro 22. It's the NACRA 17. It's a foil boat. It's a fast one. It's and here is the bet with the chat. Can this boat race more than 26.2 knots downwind? Maybe today it can. So let's see how that will go. And one of them we need to keep an eye on in this race, Peditro 22. He's here in the red boat, the Italian champion 2019. He is battling for a victory of today's race, but the real battle in the final score is Luka Koslovic, Filippo Lanfranci, Pepe de Mato. Those three skippers are battling for the final victory, so they need to get as many points as possible into the final score. There's 20 skippers in this race, and right now Alberto Carrero, he's sitting here in the green boat, registered sailor, and he's sitting in London, and he's known for creating sails for sail ships. He has been helping the Chinese a lot, some of the Chinese sailing teams. We have been talking a lot with him about it. But let's see how this go. We can always see this race. Looks like the race officers call 1 minute to start. So we'll just wait for it. Oh, and 1 minute, it's pretty fast. And this just means that Fabio Biganoli, who is organizing the Silver Fleet, is not in this middle race. But I think he just said, yeah, just start. It doesn't matter. For me, I can't win the final score. But let's see, 19 skippers for the race. Right now, this is the leader. He's in the red boat. Let's just following a little bit from this angle and see what he's doing. It's all about positioning yourself and read that wind intelligence in the top left corner. The wind intelligence is so damn important in the NACRA 17. It's all about winning this boat in the upwind race. And you win in the upwind race and you lose in the downwind race. But after the small upgrade we have seen, I think everything has changed a little bit. Let's see here. 15 seconds coming in. This is race number 5 of today's regatta. 7 seconds. Penalty, never stop. Spee with a penalty. One boat going to the pin end. Alberto Carrero sneaks away from the other. Valio with a false start. Was there more false start? No. Iceman. Alfa Paulo going to the opposite side. Pepe with a penalty. That will cost him big time. Luckily for him, his discard is a low score. But let's see. This is the second last race of today. It's the NACRA 17. Right now we are watching Alberto Carrero going to the left-hand side all by himself. But in the middle, or is it actually the opposite side, Iceman and Alfa Paulo are in the lead. Crossing in front of the others, doing a great upwind race. And one thing we need to know about this boat type is it's not always best to be in the hard wind because it's a light boat, and if the wind is too hard it actually slows down and sail a longer distance, and that's one of the tricks of this game. So it's all about always keep yourself in the middle of the breeze, where there's medium wind, not light wind and not hard wind, and then you might speed up. Let's see, Alberto Carrero 18.2. Normally upwind in this boat type we see 14.5 knots in best VMG, and it looks like it's because he changed his angle. Let's see here. Iceman tacking up 14.0, 14.1. Opposite here 14.8. Pepe Namato 14 knots coming in. Crossing it, penalty to Pepe. He didn't manage to straighten that boat up in the starboard tack. The mark rounding in. Alfa Paulo in the lead at the moment. It's going so fast. Alberto Carrero coming in. Luca with a penalty for hitting him from behind. Willis is 7-1 coming in, taking over. He's coming in with so much speed that he can hit Alberto Carrero. They're going downwind, and it looks like this time we have a split in the fleet. Very interesting split. This can mean a whole other story when we're going to the second downwind race. Let's see, never stop. Willis is 7-1, Peditro 22, Alberto Carrero, Iceman, Alfa Paulo, Gin Tonic, all coming with speed. The wind shadow of this boat type is only 22 meters big, so it's hard to capture each other in it, especially when it's rounding this mark. And rounding this mark, it's like it's sliding around. See there, what a slide coming in there. And no penalty, clean round. Oh, Siberian hitting the mark. Valio also with a penalty, but what a mark rounding. Alfa in the lead. He's crossing into the middle. Gin Tonic taking over. It's going so fast in these boats. They really need to find their tactics and strategy pretty fast. Willis is 7-1, the world champ, taking over second. It's going to be a close race in between top 5. Luka Koslovic coming back in the race. Penalty to Alpha made by Antonio. It looks like the fleet are assembled. It looks like it's getting closer and closer to each other. It looks like the gap to the leaders is closed. So, one big traffic downwind we are going to experience. It's all about not getting that penalty, as we just saw Willis the 7-1. The world champ got gin tonic. Antonio, who is best of using the rules, who is best to penalize the others. Penalty to never stop. Alpha Paolo showing his worth. Antonio coming in the way, needs to tack away. Alberto Carrero, Speed, let's see, gin tonic with a penalty. That's a hard time to get a penalty. 6 penalties in this upwind race. Alpha Paolo, Antonio Barro, Italy 5-8 coming in. They're all crossing up at the same time. 5 penalties in that mark rounding. But let's see. Alfo, Espacio, Italy, Pepe coming back. He's in the top now. Now it's all about defending your position. Willis the 7-1, he's here in the middle. It's all about defending that position. Antonio 4th, Willis the 7-1, Valio, Never Stop, Pepe D'Amato, Alfa Paolo, Espacio, Esailing, Siberian. It looks like Alfa will take the lead and the win, but second place is all open. Antonio, Pepe, the one getting a penalty will lose it. Pepe is caught in wind shadow coming from behind. Penalty to Valio, penalty to Pepe. That's the wrong time to get that penalty. And let's see how much he's dropping down. Alfa with a victory. Antonio in second, Never Stop third. Alberto Carrero 4th. Luka Koslovic 5th. Willis the 7-1. Filippo in 6th. Siberian 7. Espacio Esailing 8. Andrea 9. Pepe 10th. Dropping from 2nd to 10th because of a penalty. Valio 11. Peditro 22-12. Italy 5-8 13. Speed 14. Gin Tonic 15. Iceman 16. Tommy Temple 17. So that was race number 5. Peditro 22 with the best start. Gin Tonic still the shortest distance. But none of them are seen in top 10. Interesting what this does for the final score, because a lot of these skippers had a high discard before coming into this battle. So we'll see the scoreboard upgrade in a few sec. Yeah. While we're waiting that, let's just take a short break. Welcome back in studio. Yes, we just got a comments in the chat. I'm not going to comment on it, but there might be it might be right what Epicure is writing. He was the vice champion, as I remember, World Championship 2018, watching us at the moment. We are getting ready for next race. It is coming in a few sec. And we are waiting them for getting the server up and running. We need to keep an eye on what's happening in the servers, because there are so much activity in here. But one thing we need to say for Virtual Regatta at the moment, great to see 3,700 people online at the same time, and there's no glitch in the server. We haven't experienced a glitch in the whole stream. But let's get ready for the next one. We are waiting for the server to be open, so we're just waiting for the next race. And while we're doing that, any questions, anything? Epicure is writing, yeah, a drama. It really makes a big drama in the endings of it. But let's go in and see the scoreboard while we are getting ready for the next race. This drama changes everything. Alberto Carrero in front with 11 points, Pedro 22, 14 points, Alfa Polo 15, Gin Tonic 18, Antonio 18, Pepe D'Amato 18, Italy 5-8, 19, Villas 7-1, 20, Iceman 21, and 21 to Luca and to Never Stop. Top 10 will go into a middle race after this race number 6. And race number 6 in the Gold Fleet has just been opened, so we are going down to find it, and let's if we are allowed to find it for the servers. And there's no reason you're seeing me fighting against Virtual Regatta servers at the moment, because it's jumping up and down, but we will be there in a few seconds. If there should be any questions, anything, comments, anything, please write us. It's okay. We are here for the next 2 races. It's race number 6 coming up. It's the Gold Fleet we are watching. It's top 20 of this Italian Community Cup. It has been on for 5 weeks. And next in May, we will have the last one coming in. And they will do that will be the final, finding out who is going to win the Community Cup of Esailing, Italy. And right now, 1 minute to start. So let's see if we can find it here. Right now, we are not allowed to join in the server, so we are just waiting for it. So 2 sec, guys. We are in Marseille. We are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophies.
Okay, listen, guys, let's stop messing around. Look. World champion, Velista 71 from Italy. And what a tremendous performance from Italy. They got gold and they got bronze with...
And yes, on Esailing TV, we're doing a lot of things. We're doing live events. We're traveling around the world. But at this moment, we're not traveling around the world. We're doing everything remotely. Supporting communities, supporting federations, and we're doing a lot of championships that's coming up in a few sec. But right now we are battling to see race number 6 in the Italian Community Cup. It's coming up in a few sec, but we just need to get allowed to enter the server, not to find it, but to enter the server. So let's see how this goes. And I think the race should be open. It should has been started. So now we are just maybe we'll join in middle of the race. Let's hope that's not the case. Let's hope we are coming in to the start. If we are getting allowed to see the race at the moment. Oh yeah, sorry. Maybe we should have a music or song or something made by Esailing TV, performing by Thomas Bjørn Lytti. I can a lot of songs, something like Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. Let's see if we can continue doing that. There we got it. Finally we got the server. We are in, so let's see where we're coming into. Race number 6. They are 1 minute on the way. But now we got into it. It's the 49er. It's the first upwind leg. Race number 6 coming in. Right now we can see the leader, Alberto Carrero. He's a little bit behind. He's actually caught by a wind shift way outside of the ley line. Oh, thank you for writing all this in the chat. Alberto Carrero in 14, Pedro 22, losing momentum, wind shift coming in. Pedro 22, this is Pepe D'Amato. He's battling out for getting as best points as possible. Remember, in this race, they are battling to go into top 10. They are battling to go into the medal race. So let's see how that will work. Pepe Di Marzo rounding the top mark first. He's coming on the inside. No, Peditro 22 on the inside. Pepe Di Marzo in a starport that we see. And then we see Antonio third, Valio fourth, Alfo, Tommy Tamble, Siberian, Luka Koslovic with a penalty, Gin Tonic, Alberto Carrero. And I have a message to you, Alberto Carrero, from the chat. I hate Alberto Carrero, smiley. Maybe it's because he has been giving out a lot of penalties to exact that person. So it's written a little bit in fun. Peditro 22 in the lead. Pepe Di Marzo, Valio, Antonio, Tommy Tamble. It's the 49er. And right now, this is good news for Pepe Di Marzo because he's battling for the final score against Villas the 7-1 and Luka Koslovic. And right now, it looks like Villas the 7-1 and Luka Koslovic is caught a little bit behind. They're currently 11 and 10. So let's see that. And there's a gap up to the leaders. And this gap is changing a lot in this race. Maybe this gap can hold rest of the race. Let's see how that will unfold and continue. Pepe Di Marzo in the lead, Peditro 22 second, Valio in third, and they're rounding this gate mark and they're splitting up. It looks like a split. Pepe rounding first, Peditro 22, Valio after him, and it looks like Pepe did a great job in that mark rounding, not losing that much. And here rest of the fleet coming in. Penalty to the world champ. Penalty to a lot of players. They're all clustering up. Alberto Carrero sneaks in the last position. Maybe he can get his speed boost to work now. Pepe Di Marzo is in the lead. Peditro 22, Valio. These are the three players. There has a gap to rest of them. Let's see how this will happen. They're going for the top mark for the second time, and then it's all about being good of racing downwind. The wind shadow of this boat is 22 meters big, so you cannot capture the others in that wind shadow without getting, without getting very close to the other players and might get a penalty. Valio and Peditro 22 battling out. Pepe taking a little bit further, crossing in. And he's crossing in and coming into it here. He's in the lead. Peditro 22 in second, Valio in third. It looks like the two boats from behind are caught, is catching up with Pepe. Never Stop is now in the lead. Where is he? According to it's a server glitch. I was just almost falling down off the chair here. Italy 5-8 is not in the lead. It's a server glitch in that calculation. It's still Pepe Di Marzo, but he's losing to Peditro 22. Peditro 22 coming in first, Valio's third, Pepe's second, Alfo, Luka Koslovic, Tommy Tamble. Massive fleet coming in. This and it looks like the world champ. He sneaks in there. He has this magical shield around him. Watch how 8 players around him got a penalty and he didn't got touched at all. Going downwind here, ready for the downwind action. And it's now or never. It's all about battling it out. Peditro 22 in the lead, Pepe Di Marzo in third. He's battling it with Luka Koslovic, throwing dirty air. But see rest of the fleet coming in with speed. 19.2. Let's see what's the maximum speed we can find today. 22 knots in a 49er. This is a speed record coming up. Really fast. He's capturing the wind over there. 20.6. Gin Tonic 19.4. Going further out. Wind shift coming in. But in the lead, it's still Peditro 22. Valio is caught by the others. Where is Pepe Di Marzo? Pepe Di Marzo. I can't find him anymore. He's the red boat over here. No, he's the red boat. Oh, he has dropped to 16 because of a penalty. Peditro 22 wins. Alberto Carrero sneaks in third. Andrea Mick and then the rest of the fleet coming in this race. Number 6. Peditro 22 with a victory. Gin Tonic second. Alberto Carrero third. Iceman fourth. Andrea Mick in In fifth, Valio 6, Luca Koslovic 7, Alfa Apollo 8, Pepe D'Amato in 9, Tommy Temple 10, Italy 5, 8, 11, Speed 12, Escopazo sailing 30, Siberian 14, Filippo Lanfranchi 15, Never Stop 16, Antonio 17. And let's see that speed record here. It's only registered of 25 knots. What's the maximum speed? That is a fast 49er coming in there. That was race number 6 we just experienced in the 49er. And now it's interesting to see after this crazy ending, who's in the top 10, who will go into the medal race. We're just waiting for the scoreboard to coming up. But a lot of these positions will change because a lot of position changed within the last 1/3 of the race. So let's see how that will go. We are waiting for the admins to upgrade the gold fleet, and when it's upgraded, we are ready for the next race. Please stay tuned. And welcome back in studio. We are waiting for the admins to upgrade it. To upgrade the scoreboard, we're waiting for sell ranks to be there. Sell ranks, a tool made by the community for the community, and if you're using it, please support it. The way you can do that is going into About, and then you go become a patron. And of course, on Esailing TV, we are supporting sell ranks as one of the 9 patrons in there. So I hope you also will do it so we can keep growing our culture. There we go. Top 10 will be Alberto Carrero, Pedito 22, Gin Tonic, Alfa Paolo, Iceman, Pepe D'Amato just managed to sneak in, SNPJ Luca, Valio, Antonio, Never Stop, and it looks like the big loser in this crazy race today was Villas the 7-1. He is in 12th position and will not join in top 12. This also means in the final score he will get 12 points, where Luca and Pepe D'Amato, they are right now 6 and 7 points, and they're going to battling it out for going best possible coming in there. And Ginger Soul in the chat is a little bit funny. It's maybe an April's Fool, I don't know. Wow, 17 boats finishing in within 8 seconds. Everybody did a very great tactic. I'm being asked to sing Monty Python again. Maybe I will. While we're waiting for the server to start up, we can always do a song or two, but it's a crazy night. It's a crazy race. It's a crazy game at the moment. So why not just look at the bright side? And one of the ways to doing it is saying, always look on the bright side of life. And who else than Monty Python has been doing such a fantastic song like, always look on the bright side of life. And that's nothing more to say about that. But Alberto Carrero, 14 points, Pedito 22, 15 points. Gin Tonic 20, Alpha 23, Iceman 25, Pepe D'Amato 27, SMPG Luca 28, and then the rest of them 29. It's a J boat we're going to see in the middle race, and this middle race I can't call who's winning because these players are very good at doing tactics today, so somehow they always come back in the race and take a better position than they had before going downwind. But let's see how this will happen. This might be doing it. And a lot of the guys in the chat are very funny today. Remember, guys, don't kill Esailing TV. It's not us doing that upgrade. It is the game. So let's get ready for it. We're waiting for the server. And there we go. Top 10 is in there. So the server is coming up in a few sec. If the... oh yeah, some of them are talking together in the chat right now. If they have bought the new upgrade of the game where you can buy a Honda engine and put on your boat, so you get +3 knots when you're going downwind. Maybe they are. It's always funny to see the community, how they react on these upgrades. But we also have to say, yeah, the leader, if he goes away with 40 meters, then he has a chance to win it. And if he doesn't go away with 40 meters, everybody can win it. However, the start was going. So that is the fact, and that's how it is at the moment. So that is how it's going to be. So it's hard to call who is going to win this medal race. And right now, we will just use some time to find the medal race when it's coming up. We have been having some issues to join the server, so we just you're going to watch my my smiling, happy face while we're waiting for it to come up. And to Lucas Moore from Denmark sitting out there. Jindersoul is writing, I don't have a best VMG button, I have a NOS button, like real racing when we are seeing streetcars racing against each other. And while we're waiting there, then let's just say to Lucas Moore, what a great initiative you're taking with this team league. And one cool thing about team races is it doesn't matter who is coming first. It's all about not coming last. So so if you're doing a great result there, then you will win it. And right now we are waiting to find the server, and it looks like the server I found it, and we're not allowed to come in it. So we are just smiling a little bit more again and just waiting to get access to that fantastic medal race we're going to see in tonight's regatta. And let's see if we can get access into it here in to get today's race. And guys, you always the nuts is giving 5 extra nuts. I love you guys. I have to say I'm going to send flowers to you or something, or an Easter bunny egg for these fantastic comments there are in the chat at the moment. Unlucky, it's funny on my behalf, and it's there we might have it, and it's pretty hard to commentate on it. But let's go ready to see the medal race. Let's see who is best of doing tactics in the J-boat. 10 skippers in there. Let's have it. Peditro 22, Luca Koslovic Valio, Antonio Alfa Paolo, Never Stop, Alberto Carrero, Gin Tonic, Pepe de Mato, and Iceman. And the good news about this, the only good news about this is Villas 7-1 is not in this race. This means in the final score before going into the 5th regatta in May, we will have Villas 7-1 losing points to Pepe de Mato and Luka Koslovic. Start going. One boat by himself. It's Pepe de Mato in the right hand side. Rest of the fleet went to the pennant. Alberto Carrero, Valio. This might be good news for Pepe de Mato, but we know everything can happen. Right now he can make a gap to the others, but it doesn't look like it's working at the moment. Luka Koslovic in the middle with 6 points, and Epicure, thank you for that Easter egg. Send it to me on YouTube. I love it. Next time, please send chocolate instead of I love chocolate. Valio in the lead together with Alberto Carrero, controlling Alberto Carrero. And if you want to, we can penalize him. But I can see this battle will cost a lot of energy. Rest of the fleet has went to the right hand side and now crossing towards the middle. So this battle might make them drop further down in the ranking. Peperomatto going to the right hand side, he's going into a darker breeze, and we know that means that he is sailing a shorter distance than the other boats in the first upwind leg anyhow. But then let's see how it goes rest of the lead. Right now he's in third and he will be in the lead in a few sec. We can see the two other combatants are battling in the left hand side, going outside of the ley line. Never stop trying to follow Peperomatto. Rest of the fleet are in the middle. Let's see, Luca, now we're taking Ginger Soul. Luca is in last position, but if the best position to use his NOS button. So let's see how that will happen when they're coming in second leg. Peperomatto crossing in front of Never Stop, and it looks like he's going to cross in front of everybody. This also means that he is the penguin being chased by all the orcas coming from behind. And this view is fantastic. We had it in the starboat. One leader and Trent and 19 boats attacking that one. It looks like a nature movie where we saw the penguins in the lead and we saw the orcas hunting down that penguin, and they did it quite well. And everybody is cheering, go, 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 beat Alberto Carrero. And right now it looks like Alberto Carrero, he will be last rounding that mark. So enjoy M24. I'm pretty sure this will happen when we're coming down. But it also means, as Havuk is saying, Alberto Carrero is in a good position to use his upgrade on the boat when they're going downwind. Italy 9, Peperomatto in the lead, Never Stop in second, Valio in third, Peditro 22 in fourth, and he will get a penalty now. There, he got it by Gin Tonic, the younger brother to Peperomatto. And if they are playing like a team, I will have tried to put up a wall block here. So if Gin Tonic is leasing the sails, building up a block like we are seeing in the team races, then his brother could have such a big gap that the other players cannot capture him. But they are not playing together, the brothers. They are beating each other. Luka Kostlovic in 9, Alberto Carrero. But this also means that Peperomatto is getting top points, 2 points in this medal race. It counts double, and right now it looks like Luka Kostlovic is getting 18 points. This means that Peperomatto might come out as a winner of today's regatta. But nothing is over yet. It's the downwind race, and this side, let's see, Alpha Paulo, 11.2, opposite side 12.2. That's a good speed. There's almost 3 knots in difference in between the leader and the boats from behind. So that's interesting if the leader can keep his position. Right now it's saying 52 meters, but I can watch that there is less than 52 meters. Peditro 22, Alpha Paulo, Never Stop, Gin Tonic, Alberto Carrero, Valio, all of them coming in here. And it looks like Peperomatto is losing his distance to the other. Rest of the fleet coming in. He starts sneaking away, going to the right hand side. Rest of the fleet coming in. Penalty to the leader, Alpha Paulo. Penalty, 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 and penalty. So the new leading boat is Luka Kostlovic, according to server. Interesting call here. Let's see what happens. This means Luka Kostlovic, best VMG/NOS is not on at the moment. Iceman 7 knots in a wind shadow. Good call by him. Good tactics. Luka Kostlovic 6.0. Gin Tonic 6.7. Peperomatto is in a very light wind at the moment. 6.1 knots. Gin Tonic 6.9. So it's all about doing your tactics and strategy and find the win at the moment. Luka Kostlovic, he is in the lead. He's taking over at the moment. And going up when for the lead, but will he keep that lead when he's coming up? We can also see opposite side here. Valio, he's 6.0 attacking in. Gin Tonic now slowing down. Either he's caught light a win or he's just unlucky with his sails. Maybe I have been racing a J boat before. It's all about, remember to pull that string you have on the boat. So you really have to sail up in the wind or else you won't capture it the right way. Luka Koslovic in the lead. Pepe D'Amato drops from the lead, rounding that gate mark as the leader and is now in 7. So let's see how it goes. And the chat goes wild. Who will win this? All boats coming into the top mark at the same time. We will have a bet. I'm putting on a shirt for the winner here. Who will win it? Will it be Alberto Carrero or Alpha Paolo or Gin Tonic? Who of those three will take it? Or will we see a surprise that never stop? That's just coming into lead now. Who will take it? This is interesting. They're all coming in. It's all about not getting that penalty. Call it now or you can't win the prize. Luka Koslovic with a penalty. Alberto Carrero with a penalty. 4-5 penalties. Right now, Alpha Polo coming with speed. Shall he take the win? He's currently in position 10. But see how, like a racehorse, he's coming from behind. Getting ready to round that mark. Speed up. And there it goes. He's in 6 now. Luka coming in. Valio coming in. Never stop. It's a battle of the battles. Let's see how this goes. Iceman going away. Racing with his boat here. 5, 5th, 4, 3 maybe in a few seconds. But it's Valio in the lead. Sorry, I didn't call him, but he's under pressure. The other boat's coming in with speed. 11.3 Gin Tonic and Iceman has much more speed than Valio. Peditro 22 can still take it. Alpha Paolo drops down with a penalty. I saw him as a winner, but he is currently in 10. Luka Koslovic, Pepe D'Amato, he has a bunch to fight for. He is currently in 7. 15.7. Iceman 13.3. They are coming in. Who will get that penalty? Who will be the loser? The boat with the biggest penalty will be the loser. The boats without penalties might go in and win. Pepe, he's currently in 7. He crosses in. Right now, Iceman is now in the lead. Good speed of his horse. Luka Koslovic getting 2nd. Pepe getting 3rd. Great race. And the Italian champion with a penalty just before in the last 1/3. So he drops from a leading position to 10th. Luka Koslovic is winning this race. Iceman getting 2nd. Pepe getting 3rd. Valio 4th. Alpha Power 5th. Never stop. And I have to say never stop. 6. Gin Tonic 7. And Alberto Carrero 8. Antonio 9. Peditro 22. In 10th. And the crowd goes wild in the chat. Luka wins. He wins. That's Luka Magic. He is the young magician from Trieste. And when we see the stats, he's not anywhere to see in the stats. No sailing shortest distance or having the best start or best average speed. But see here, what a magician. Coming from 7 to a winning position in the downwind race. I have to say, I'm going to eat my hat on this. Great job by Luka. That's fantastic. And then we can see here 5 seconds in between all boats. But I have to say, Luka, what a killer. Also, Iceman, he came from 4th, 2nd. Pepe D'Amato, also hats on, 2nd last in that mark rounding, getting 3rd of this race. Interesting, very close race. I have to say, this is the closest race we ever seen in Esailing TV's history. And see those difference. Pepe D'Amato almost taking 2nd and the lead, 0.5 different. That's amazing. But they have really been close. 9 seconds in between the leader and the last position. But we are here to see who's winning today. Because of this fantastic medal race we had here, Iceman is going to be the winner of this regatta. Luka Koslovic second, he's getting 2 points to the final score. Alberto Carrero getting third. Pepe D'Amato fourth, losing 2 points to Luca. Alpha Paolo fifth, Gin Tonic 6, Pietro 22-7, Valio 8, Never Stop 9, Antonio 10th, and Willis 7-1 12th. And when we go into the overall ranking, this will change a lot. It's not been upgraded here, but see Pepe D'Amato 4 points, Luka Koslovic 2 points. So a 2-point lead before going into the last regatta to Luka Koslovic, and 12 points to Willis 7-1. This actually means he's out of the race, if not something crazy happens in the last regatta, to win the overall score in the Bella Ciao Cup. The cup for the Italian community, by the Italian community, and to some of the best Italian players. That was it we had here on Esailing TV today. I hope you enjoyed the entertainment. We can also start juggling with balls here in the studio, or doing something other crazy like standing on our heads or jumping on one leg. You can't see it anyhow, but that's how it is. Guys and girls, keep around the world. Have fun, have a good Tuesday afternoon, and stay tuned. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all of you Esailing fans around the world. Welcome to Esailing TV. We are in Marseille, we are at the Sail GP Grand Finals. Behind me is the stage where the winner of Sail GP will receive their trophy. So that's a hot one. Penalty to Lilo 14. Most of the boats are in the committee boat, sailing into each other. Massive penalties in this start.
Good start. This is superb. And look at the speed of the Spaniards.
From the start, and remember they're trying to hit that zero. That